After having an electrifying debut, Joshua Dobbs has officially been named the starter versus the New Orleans Saints this upcoming week, and there's a reason for that, right? Comes in on a 5-day notice, has to step in for a Jaren Hall who did suffer a concussion, who's in protocol right now. Basically doesn't know anybody. Doesn't know anybody's name on the roster, hasn't taken a single snap with Garrett Bradbury, really hasn't taken first team reps at all in those 5 days. Has no clue what he's doing. Okay, has no clue at all. Kevin O'Connell has to basically dive through and dissect the plays. Okay, here, this is the play that we're going to run. On this one, you're going to look right. You're going to know that he's going to do a slant route. You look left. This guy's going to do a fly route, stuff like that. Basically dissecting the play within 15 seconds of the time that Josh can actually hear him with that, the helmet speaker and stuff like that. So Joshua Dobbs absolutely balled out, and there's a reason why he's named the starter going forward against the New Orleans Saints, and I think we can all agree that we'd rather have him on the field than maybe Jaren Hall, just because we want to follow that hype train, we want to follow that momentum and see what else this Joshua Dobbs guy can really bring this franchise and hopefully move forward to through the playoffs. But here's exactly why Joshua Dobbs is going to get that start, and we're going to dive through it right here. It said, just before his first play at quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, Josh Dobbs joined a quick meeting with the offensive line. His new teammates wanted to make sure he knew the 5 primary cadences they have used this season, a discussion normally handled on the first day of training camp. You've seen it. There was a video going around, him taking snaps with Garrett Bradbury. The rest of the offensive line was basically circled around him, letting him know the cadences, like how he likes to call things and stuff like that, and really just digesting a little bit of everything in a span of a minute or two. Now, acquired Tuesday from the Arizona Cardinals, Dobbs did not receive a single rep with the Vikings offense during the practice week. Now, before Sunday, he hadn't even thrown a practice pass to any of their receivers, nor taken a snap from center Garrett Bradbury. He didn't even know most of their full names, he later admitted. Now, but Dobbs was thrust into action after rookie starter Jaren Hall suffered a first-quarter concussion Sunday at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, going on to produce one of the most unique stories of the NFL season. Now, after a slow start, Dobbs led the Vikings to a rousing 31-28 victory over the Atlanta Falcons. Basically, when Dobbs came in, I was like, well, we probably have no hope because this guy hasn't practiced. 5 days notice, going to be a very tough one moving forward. That wasn't the case. Okay, he led us to a dub. All right. And now his 6-yard touchdown pass to receiver Brandon Powell with 22 seconds remaining capped an 11-play, 75-yard game-winning drive. One, he ate it with a 22-yard scramble to convert a 4th and 7. We learned a lot about Dobbs, and the fact that he can scramble and use his feet to his advantage is just the icing on the cake. That is huge for us. We've been so used to pocket passers. I mean, Kirk can sometimes get out and run in open space, but Dobbs really showed that, hey, he's got wheels, man, and he's going to use them. He's not afraid to use them. Here's what Dobbs said. In this league, there is never an excuse for your circumstances. I learned that from Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin. Usually, people don't care about your circumstances, okay? They just want to see you succeed given the circumstances you're given. Now, when he did come in that ball game, I was like, oh boy, like we are screwed. Like there's no way we're going to win this ball game just because he doesn't know anything at this point in time. Now, I should have taken that into consideration that he is a rocket scientist, did all that stuff, and NASA's calling him the pastronaut or something like that. I mean, the dude is just unbelievable, but no one really cares about your circumstances. You go in there, everyone's expectation is to win the ball game. Okay, you're the quarterback now, find a way to win. Okay, I don't care what else you do, find a way to win. That's exactly what Dobbs did. Now, moving forward, he had watched Jaren Hall practice the play that led to Powell's winning catch, but had never thrown it himself. O'Connell had shifted the offense into an up-tempo, no-huddle look, in part because it gave him more time to give Dobbs coaching points through his headset before the speaker shut off at 15 seconds on the play clock as mandated by NFL rules. So he was already telling Dobbs, hey, let's run the hurry up here. I'm gonna dissect this play real quick. We got 15 seconds, yada, 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 explaining the play, and he executed perfectly. Now, O'Connell said that he was telling Dobbs what I wanted him to do on his drop, what the concept was going to be, what was going to be on his left, what was going to be on his right, or a last-minute reminder, don't forget about your legs. Now, he asked Garrett Bradbury to monitor Dobbs' protection calls and be my, make it right type of guy. And in the huddle, skills players were confirming their routes and spots on the field to Dobbs when he asked them, receiver Jordan Addison said. So, I mean, basically, he'd call the play. The receivers were confirming, yeah, I'm running a go route. Okay, yeah, I'm running a 5-yard out and in or something like that, or a slant route. They were basically telling Dobbs what was going to happen on the play and just be prepared. Be ready, make a throw, make a decision. It's up to you, pal. All right, now the Vikings had called timeout just before the throw to Powell, allowing O'Connell to get to a play he had installed for exactly that moment. Now, according to Powell, the Vikings had put the play in after seeing it work with the Detroit Lions used it against the Falcons in week 3. Now, when the Falcons came out in the same defense, cover 4, the Vikings knew it would work because the Detroit Lions ran that same exact play against the Falcons, who were in cover 4. It worked perfectly. The Vikings just executed it absolutely the exact same. So that's why we used that play. Now, here's what O'Connell said. The beauty of it was that with the timeout, we got up to the line of scrimmage, and I looked up at the play clock, and I see 25 seconds. The worst thing for Dobbs is that he has 10 seconds left after my voice, basically. So he has 10 seconds left to really sit there and digest everything he just heard, look at his options, and then, try to make a play. Now, this is also what he said. He's like, I know he's very, very smart, but I can tell you one thing that he was able to do in 5 days. Time is as impressive as what I've seen a quarterback do. Now, Dobbs comes in 5 days notice. Doesn't know anybody's name. Doesn't know the playbook. Doesn't know the scheme. Hasn't thrown a pass. Hasn't taken a first team rep. Doesn't know. Basically just shows up to the game, puts his jersey on and says, I'm ready if you need me. And the backup or the emergency quarterback was Cam Akers. Hopefully he's, we'll see how his career ends up going after that AC or the Achilles tear he's done for the season. But what Dobbs was able to do was just fantastic. It's an anomaly. It rarely happens, but when it does, you have to take it. You have to be pumped. You just have to live in that moment and be like, yes, we got a guy that can come in here, win us some ball games, and hopefully give us a chance at the playoffs. We're sitting at 5-4, and I'm feeling A-okay with Dobbs because I seen his pocket presence was good. He was able to avoid sacks, even break sacks, utilize his feet, get some big-time runs. Now if he can build that chemistry with our wide receivers and KJ Osborne, TJ Hawkins, and Jordan Addison, and if Justin Jefferson comes back, this offense can be just as explosive as when it was with Kirk at quarterback. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be. It could be a little different. But I'm saying Dobbs was the perfect answer, at least at this point. We'll see what happens this upcoming Sunday against the New Orleans Saints. But that is why he was named the starter moving forward. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of your night, folks. And Skol Vikes.